I'm gonna break a few things down. Right now. Get the shred off of them. Get the shred metal off. So I can stack them. I want to clean up the back of my lot here today so that I can clean up the front. I'm talking about it for too long. Literally only have a few days till my surgery, so it's time to do. It's time to start doing. I'm not talking. Stuff tore off. That needs to be done. I'd be able to call this a clean rad. Aluminum rad, 40 cents a pound, but 40 cents is better than 20 because it was dirty. Now it's clean. I think it's clean. Do I have to cut the ends off for clean? I mean, it's pretty daggum clean. I do have a piece of copper pipe that I'm going to cut off right here. I'm taking that little piece of copper. Beautiful stuff. Need to get myself a trash can over here. Let me get that piece of copper off of that thing. Some number one. I got my bigger ones out here somewhere. Right over there. Ooh. All right. Clean that up a little bit more. Get some number one, number two out of it. Now, I believe, put this in my pile. I don't know if I have to cut off the ends of them rads to call them clean. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put my clean aluminum over here for now. Clean aluminum rad. Got some other miscellaneous aluminum over here. I got some work to do, guys, around here. Got some work to do. Only have until Wednesday, so shred metal's not something I want to keep in my lot. I won't be able to just throw it in my trailer. But Paul and I were doing a job the other day and we didn't finish it, so that means my trailer has roofing equipment in it. Unfortunately. Get this kind of stuff tore apart if I can. I'm just messing around a lot, guys. Seeing what I can get cleaned up before it's time. Dadgummit. Too big. All right, we'll figure it out. Trying to turn that nut out on the other side. Doesn't want to come. Okay, so then you got to figure out something else to do. Sometimes you need to go to drastic measures. Fell right out the bottom. Get my hammer. Go. Now, get that out. I'll loosen that nut right there. Hopefully, it'll just pop out of there. Take that whole thing out. Leave it somewhat together, to be honest with you. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't really care to get it all out. Let's see, got a little nut down here. And this can be rusted. Hard to get sometimes. Come on, baby. Oh, I got it. Hey, if you can take that out, that's awesomeness. It's gonna help you. And then, what you're hoping for is that whole thing will slide out of there now. If it don't just slide out, sometimes you can knock it out like that. Come on, baby, get out of there. There you go. Hi-ya! I'd love to have that other part if it will come out, but if it don't, I'm not gonna fight with it. Yeah, that's not gonna come out of there. So that will go right with my shred, don't care. I got the motor. That was the part that I was wanting. Take the outer case off of that, I'll have the stator. I'll be able to cut my one side off of that, so that can be put right into a motor box, which I'm getting ready to make right there. The only thing I wish I'd have done different with this can was leave the top on it, and I'll show you what I mean in a few minutes. But I'm gonna make me a motor bucket right there. Oh, got water in my wheels. You know what that means for mosquitoes. Some aluminum that I threw over the fence the other day. I really got a lot to do, guys. I am not kidding. Water and everything. Get out of there. Some aluminum down there. Clean aluminum. Get that out of that plastic bucket. That thing needs to go in the trash. Alright. Where was I? Got a little broken fan here. I'm gonna cut the cord off of it and throw it in my shred. Just like it is. I'm not taking that fan motor out, that's for sure. Oh, let me see. What am I gonna do about my shred pile? I'm gonna throw it right here for now, I guess. Because I can't put anything in my trailer. So yeah, some people are gonna say, oh, you could get that, you could get that. Yeah, probably could. Not worth my time. Throwing it right in my shred pile. Shred. Right there is what that is. My shred pile. At least for now. Let's see if we can get these things standing back up again. Oh, did we do it? Yes. Yes, cut one. Drain down. Yeah, maybe I'll work on some motor stuff today. Motors. Oh, piece of plastic. Get that out of here. If I can get some of these fan motors out of here, that'll make that pile a little bit smaller. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them right there that I'm looking at. 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. 9 of these squirrel cages I can take apart. 10. There's another one. Oh, is that another one right there? Yeah, 11. I got a ton of them, so I'm going to work on taking them apart, put in my shred pile over here, and then put my motors in that bucket right there that I get from them. So let's just grab one and see how it goes. Grab one, see how it goes. Sam I am. Now, the only thing I want to do on this side is get that one nut loose. If I can get that one nut loose, that whole thing might pop out of there without me trying to take that squirrel cage apart. So let's see. Let's see if we can get a hold of that thing down there. That's going to be the object of this. One nut. If you can loosen that nut up, sometimes you can get that thing to just drive out. Okay, there's not going to be a lot of room in there. Oh, come on. Did you come loose? Yes, it did. Got it loose. That at least gives me a fighting chance on knocking that whole unit out that way. Let me go ahead and get these 3 bolts taken off with this right there. My tool here. Just get them three nuts taken off right there. I might be able to get these. Nope, not with that. All right, let's see what we got here. They will not fit that, too big. Like I say, if I can just get these squirrel cages knocked down today, that will make a huge difference. All right, now you got to get that thing to where you can hit that. Now you got to get to where you can hit that to get this motor to drop out of there. And when you get that, you can take the outside casing off it a little bit easier. So let's see if that's something it's going to allow us to do. Hammer time. Let's see if I can get down that deep. Pretty deep. Pretty deep. Pretty deep. Yep. I thought I might have to worry about that on them things, but I'm still not right. There's still a few options. So let's see what the next option is here. Let's see if I can get these off. Oop, not big enough. Maybe that. Huh. Well, I got something. Thought for sure it'd be a 5/16. That one's not the right size, but just the fact that it's a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, maybe I can make it happen. Nope. Dadgummit. Well, I have every size in my hand. Let me see what we got here. Now you just bring the bucket to you. Might make a difference. All right, Grandpa. Let's find the right one. Maybe it's that right there. Oh, so close. Huh. Usually always have one of them bits that will fit this. Okay, well, I'm wrong. Alright, so let's go get my other toolbox. Take that little middle piece out, it's clean. There we go. Even if I don't get that part off because it won't come out of there, it's not worth the hassle. Don't do it. What do you got? Another motor. Take the rest of them apart later. I just want to get the motors out. Scrap metal over here in a pile. Get it out of that pile. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. Another motor. That's a clean motor actually right there. Just got to take it off the board. next victim. I really don't care if I don't get any of them parts in there. I'll take shred for it, for sure. I will take shred for it. These motors can be all a little bit different. A little bit different. Oop. What did I do with that thing? I literally just had the right size for that. Fan motors can be intimidating to get apart. Very intimidating to get apart. If you can get to these screws right here, a couple screws in this motor part. Let's see if I can get the right size here. Might be the right size. If you can get these screws out sometimes. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, okay. If you can get them out. That one didn't even go all the way. Sometimes look at that, that's different. There's some nuggets right down inside of there. This is a different one. I've never seen one with pieces like that on it. So far, I never have. Let's see if we can get them little nuts off. There's a little nut on the back side. Sometimes you can hold it, if you're fortunate. It'll spin off of there. Put your finger on it. Oh, sometimes it gets to the end and it stops. I really hate it when that happens. Oh, come on. You gotta at least put a finger on it. Oh yeah. At least put a finger on it. If you can get a finger on it, sometimes it will turn out. If you're lucky. Oh yeah. So I got one that didn't. And there's no way of me getting to it. So I am gonna try to loosen that fan back there. See if I can turn that thing right there. Knock it out of there. That's what my hopes are. Come on, baby. Get out of there. Oh yeah, you got it. All right, got it. Okay. Let's see if we can just get that whole thing out of there. Whole thing. That might slide up. There we go. Got it all to come out, baby. Look at that one. That's a little different. So now I can maybe get to that a little better. Come on, get the rest of the way out of there. I know you want to. There we go. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, try something different. Pliers. Hold one side. And maybe screw off the other. break, big boy. Fight with it for a minute until I get it where I want it. I guess these are worse pliers, I think. I could probably be using. There it is. Once you get all them out of the way, your cap will pop off like that. Looks like an all steel stator. Sometimes you can knock that off and should pop off of there, or maybe at least get some of the cast aluminum to break off. Break off cast aluminum. There we go. Shred a couple pieces of cast. Got a motor from somewhere. And a couple nuggets in there I'll have to get to. Get my motor right here. Throw that in my motor pile. That looks like some funny looking motor there. Never seen one quite like that, have you? Has all them, comes out of one of them fan squirrel cages. Okay. I'm just picking them kind of random. I get to them. Oh, yeah. Look at it and see what it takes to get it out of there. And looks like that one's Ben drove back. It's stuck possibly right there. Like I say, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. So we're loosening them nuts right there. Hold that other side. If it comes off, you're like, yes. If it doesn't, you're like, dang it. So get them out. Move them rods, get them out of your way. Just throw that in your shred pile. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Take that piece there and knock that center out of it. Take your motor. And then, since that won't come out, throw it in the shred pile. Now you got another motor. 4 of them already. 4 looking for 5. Like I say, I'm just grabbing them kind of random. See what I can do with them. For the most part, they're not too terrible. All they are terribly intimidating. When you look at it, you think, how in the world? But don't worry about it, guys. You don't need it all. You don't need it all. You just want the best parts. And if you can get that shaft to come out, it's always going to be a bonus. If you cannot get that shaft to come out, more than one way to skin a cat. I don't care if it doesn't come out. It's always my first option, obviously, because if you can get that thing to drive out of there, it'll make your life easier. Sometimes you end up flattening out this end and it will never, at that point, come out. Never. But you've already loosened it up, so. Oh, this one's completely different. It has Phillips bits. Oh, do I have a Phillips in here? Phillips bit. See what I got in my little toolbox. And that's a number 3, and it won't work. Come on, girlfriend, show yourself. Show me what you got. Oh. Come on, Phillips. Guess I haven't used this in a little while. I might have took this out. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Come on. I know you got something in here. Number 3. Oh, I got a lot of star bits. Number 3 star bits. Come on. One more circle here. I'm going to give up on you. Just find one inside, I guess. Oh! So disappointed. Got Phillips bits everywhere, should. Alright, let's go get some tools. Rusted. Tin roof rusted. Never taken one of these apart, so I'm just making sure nothing's there holding me together. Try to knock it apart. Get the goodness out of there. What's holding you on there? See, a big old piece of plastic's gonna have to come off that. Go. Get that out. Throw that right into my shred. The motor down there, it's got to come out of there. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut it. I'm gonna have to cut the casings right off of it, and it will fall out of there later. So that one's done. Got another one right there. Throw this in the motor pile, cut the casing off later. I'll have a whole bunch of these things I'll be just cutting the casing off of, pulling my copper out of them. Shred. Cord. So we got a motor. Got a motor. Come on, baby, get out of there. Oh. Hate it when something gets stuck in my bit, and that one broke off, so Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's not it. Come on, baby. I'll work with you later. Yeah, baby. Baby. If you can get that fan motor off, that's even plus, obviously. Up. That's right, you're not just depending. You're not just depending on that. There's more ways to skin a cat. Beautiful. Skin that cat, baby. Break that centerpiece out. Later, turn that into some clean cast. Oh yeah. That centerpiece should pop out of there, go along with the fan. Not going to as long as it's got that little clip on it though. Here's that clip. Now it should fall out. Knock this thing forward. Beautiful. Now again, if you want to try to break some of that aluminum off of there. Sometimes these things ain't fair to get a hold of. Even if it won't come out, they give you a hard time coming out. It won't matter that much. Even if they're in there, you can get them out. That'll make it a little bit easier. Rusty. knock that little piece out from the inside of there. You got nice clean cast. You'll have to bring it in on the metal brake. I mean on your vise to do that. Throw that right in my shred, right in my motor pile. Next thing I do, cut that casing, slide my stator, that's called a stator, pull that out, cut my ends off. I'll have a lot of goodness. Even though a lot of fan motors are different, they are a lot the same when you're taking them apart. So that's the good thing about that. You want to get rid of that. This is always when you want to take off that nut right there. If you can get to it, it's better. It's also better if it's not all rusted up. That little nut's all rusted up. It can be a bear to drive your motor out of. What I really would like to do is drive that in. But if I hit that, smash it with a hammer on that edge, it's probably going to dent it up so bad that it won't come out. So what I do, to be honest with you, is try to take everything apart that I can take apart. The more you can get it apart, obviously, the easier it's going to work out for you. Get some stuff out of the way. So let's get this cage out of the way. Cage out of the way and thrown into shred pile. Couldn't have happened better. Now you got these nuts here you got to take off. You don't have to take off these whole fans. Oh, you see that? It moved up and down. Might be a good thing. Moved on the shaft, I seen it. So getting them bolts off will be the next thing. Sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to get these out. Good thing is it does have a shaft that's exposed. If I want to, I can just cut that shaft off. So if I can reach them, I'd rather do that. Pull them bolts off if I can reach them. See what happens. Sometimes the nut on the other side will just sit there and spin. Sometimes it will just pop right off. You can just put your finger on it. Go around each one, put your finger on the other side of that nut. Beautiful. Look at that. Things sliding in and out fairly easily. I'm almost surprised. I'm almost surprised it doesn't just pop out of there. It's not though. Beautiful. Yep, you can't get the fan off. You can get these bolts off. The end of that will come off. Looks like a nice piece of cast right there. Nice piece of cast. Now you got your motor part left in there. What you're going to do is pull this right off of there. Got a bearing right here that's holding me. Oh, no, you know what's holding me? The whole other side. Pop that off. You'll be able to just pull your motor out like that. What the hell with it? It's going to take you too much time to clean it up. Throw that right into your shred pile. got another motor. Once I get all my motors together, I'll split that down, cut my ends off, pull my number 2 out, bring it to the scrapyard. Clean that up in the shop. Bring that over to the shred. Too much work. You can break some of that off if you want to. I don't do it. My crucible is not big enough to throw it in there and melt. But I got my motor. Cut the casing off. Pull out the copper. Like I said, all fans are a little bit different, but they all basically are held together with that nut right there, and a lot of that can be taken off there and just thrown away. A lot of that will actually come off with it, so I can see what holds them on. I can do this with a pair of pliers and a drill bit. Pair of pliers. Look at that. Sometimes you don't have to hold on to the other side. It'll come right out. If that's the case, you adjust somewhat less. It's always a help to get them 4 bolts out of that right there. That band needs to come off of there in order for me to get that out, right? And that's a bolt that I can't get to. So what do? Well, you already got them 4 bolts loose. You gotta be able to knock your end off. Got your wires that come out of it if they do. There's a bolt that didn't come off. Yep, that bolt didn't come all the way out, so we'll break it off. Don't break, cut it. Should break in just a couple of minutes. Clean that up. Get rid of that little resistor. Bring that into the shop, put it on your vise, bam, knock that piece out. Got a nice piece. The only part of this I want is that motor. So if I can get that case, that outside case right there, and get loose, fall out of there, all I'll have left is the motor. See, that's off. it looks intimidating. It's really not as hard as you might think. Okay, so right now we got one nut that doesn't want to come out of there. So cut it off. There you go. That's how you get your motors out of here. You cut the casing off of it, you're done. You are done. Like I say, all motors are a little different. People think, oh man, that's going to be a real job. But it's actually pretty easy to do. And now you got all that pretty copper inside of that stator. The metal sleeve will come off. Cut that off. You got your stator. Cut the one side of the stator off. Vise, pull your number 2 copper out of there. That's a good source of number 2 copper right there. This whole thing right here. I'm gonna throw this whole thing right into my shred pile, just like it is. See? Easily comes apart. It would be nice to get them pieces off and be able to sell them as something, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't get anything but shred, even though it has that piece on it, and for the time that it takes to get it off, it's absolutely not worth it, in my opinion. This thing does have one piece here that's connected to the motor. I'd love to be able to peel that off of there. Bigger one than that. Yeah, that's a piece I don't feel real comfortable with, because that's going to want to stay on my motor. I could obviously, if I can't get them bolts out, if I couldn't get the bolts out, which I probably could, but it might be irritating, so I would probably just think about for a minute, figure out what you got to do, because I would really like to get that out of my way. Outside of this shroud is holding me up. Let me get just a couple more tools together here. I actually have a couple hand wrenches we might be able to do something with. Sucker's on there. And the other side obviously wants to turn with it. Maybe we take two. Is that a ½ inch? Two ½ inches. 10 millimeters. 7/16. 13 millimeter, maybe. A little loose. Long ½ inch. Come on, baby. 7/16. ½ inch boxed in right there. You it? Yes, you are. Alright, so let's just see if we can get this thing off of there somehow. I got something to hold it. Yeah, and I got something to bang it. Sometimes you get stuff like this that is a bear to get apart. So every once in a while you might have something like this. Just gives you the hardest time. Literally get that thing to break. If not, sometimes a little WD-40 helps. WD. is that can? I have a can of WD right here somewhere close. Get it to where it would just move on its own. Move on its own. Oh, baby, I know you want to. She's so rusted, it'll probably take me forever to get that off. I'm gonna try to do that. A couple things in my way. Things in my way. Like I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. That's gonna help. See what else is holding it. Shouldn't be anything. Should be able to drive that thing right out of there. Shred. If you cut them ends off with ease, you might as well just go ahead and do that. We'll make that a little bit less of a fight. A little less of a fight. I think for me on this particular motor, I'm just going to worry about taking the 4 bolts out. Get to them. Get one on there. Get my pliers, get the 4 bolts out. Hope they come out. There's a nut on this side. There you go, nut. The shaft. You never want to get the shaft. Never want to get the shaft. All right. Obviously handy to have electrical tools, which I basically got these from when I was doing roofing. And since I've been scrapping, I've obviously bought some of these things. I love them 100%. So yeah, for me, simple. Take the 4 bolts out, get rid of the ends, knock the ends off. That one's probably not going to come off because it's hooked to that shaft. Knock it off. A few wires out of your way. Take a look here and see what you got next. Pretty simple. Take them on inside, clean them up. If they don't have a whole bunch of work to it, then, you know, sure. If it does, just throw it in your dirty aluminum and don't even spend the time on it, because no matter which way you go, you're going to only add like 20 cents. All right, now you got that stator that runs down the middle. Drive that out. Throwing them right in my shred like I've been telling you. since the beginning. Yeah. Now I got my motor. Cut my case off later, and all this will fall off. I'll just have my stator coming out from the inside. Yeah, cut it off, pull it out. Number 2, pretty heavy number 2. There's a lot of copper in that right there. There's a lot of copper in that right there. What holds it in though, that makes it a little bit tough, is that plastic. But that's manageable. You can work with that, little plastic pieces that are in there. You're definitely going to have a vise and something long. The longer you have and the stiffer it is, the better you're going to be able to get under them coils and pull them up through that sleeve, because there's a sleeve that's, them things are wrapped tight. Come on, come with me. Come with me. I'm starting to get a little, watch out, bounce your head around too much. Starting to get a little bucket full already. There we go. That's just what I've done today. So yeah. But I'm realizing that even though I'm knocking down my pile and I'm making a bucket here, I'm not doing anything about the front, and that's what I want to have cleaned up the most. So I've got my barrels out there from Scorpion. He brought some barrels with him when he came down and visited me. I'm going to cut the tops off them things. I need them to be in my shop, lined up on that wall, so that I can put them appropriately. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we'll see when we get back. Let's do some cutting. Yes, one beautiful empty big barrel with a nice lid on it I can grab a hold of. How cool is that? I learned after cutting a couple of these barrels that if you cut that lid off, you have nothing to grab a hold of. So fortunately I can pick that up, carry it around, even when it has material in it. So I like that. I'm going to clean up the area back there, get rid of them smaller cans and plastic tubs and stuff that I have back there. I'm going to line up all my barrels right there with all my stuff in it. Dirty, clean, blah, 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 and on and on. And hopefully get some of my brass in there, dirty brass, and my clean brass, and my dirty aluminum bits and stuff like that. Get them into them barrels so that when they're full, I can grab that barrel, bring it in. Bigger stuff will have to go outside or will be turned in immediately. I'm not going to clean anything that's, keep anything that's bulky or takes up too much space. The bigger stuff, probably just get rid of. The smaller stuff that will fit into barrels, I'm going to hang on to, you know. If I can fit it in a barrel and make it work, all of one thing, blah, 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 then that's going to be the best thing. I got a whole barrel of dirty aluminum back there. I want to go ahead and get rid of that barrel too, so I'll bring that to the front and put another barrel in its place. Get rid of some of this other stuff that I got in here and cut the top off of that barrel there, and I'll be having a pretty good sizable amount of them big blue barrels that I can use for filling my smaller different types of metal without doing stuff like this, like them little buckets. They don't do anything for you except for make yourself a lot of headaches. You get rid of all the tubs, and I've got them. I'm gonna make barrels for this stuff. That thing's got stuff in it, that's got stuff in it. I want just barrels. So yeah, keep watching. Eventually I'm gonna get organized. Hello. Well, that was an echo. Yes, nice lip. Love it. I love it. That's great. Thank you, Scrapping with Scorpion. Scrapping Scorpion. Thank you for the barrels, brother. Man, they're gonna come in so handy. And I like that they're plastic and not steel. Get rid of my steel barrels just in there. Probably just see if I can sell it. Anyway, working. All the stuff that's up here, just got to go back here today. Everything. So I got my work cut out for me. I thought I was going to just do a bunch of motors and run my mouth, and decided, oh shoot, Grandpa, it's starting to get into the afternoon and you didn't do anything. Except for make motor videos and talk my head off. Time to get to work. You If you didn't see the video with Scrapping Scorpion when he came with Jericho Metals and Mining, Jericho. We definitely had a good time. Here, I've got a hose in it. Oh, hose. Get out of here, hose. I have a whole pile of trash in the front to get rid of, so I'm not worried about throwing some trash over there for now. I think, what's tomorrow? Saturday? I think Saturday. No. I think today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. Today's Friday. Yeah, so Saturday I think I'm going to take and haul all the trash that I have. In the meantime, like I say, everything that's up front needs to come back here. It'd be nice if it could do it all by itself. I'm taking my brass off. I need to bring that back. And these barrels are gonna be handy. Handy dandy. I'll get rid of all these little small bins like these and just use the big bins. Still got some separating to do. You see that? Nice barrels, nice barrels. You gotta answer this one. Hey, Jamie Love. Hello, 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 hello. Man, it's deep. It's deep. Deep and beautiful. Thank you, Greg. My buddy Greg. One more out there. Trying to clean that little spot up there. I can bring them lawnmowers back here and get them out of the front, and then them couple hot water heaters out of the front. Whatever else. See, what I did was I used to have a big trailer. Let me see, 7 feet wide by 24 feet long, I want to say. I had that thing sitting right here, and it used to hide all my stuff. Sold it to Greg, Scrapping Scorpion. He has it, has all my Drew's Home Repair all over it. Just didn't use it anymore. Big trailer, carried a lot of tools. Started slowing down, quit using that so much. Had myself a 7 by 14 enclosed trailer, and that kind of hid the stuff that I had out the front with my 2 trucks parked out there. And then this trailer kind of hid the stuff back here. But now I've sold that trailer last week at my sister's yard sale, so it doesn't cover up anything out front. So I like this trailer to be here because it's my scrap trailer, and it's the best place for it when I'm scrapping things out of my yard, throw it right into the truck instead of moving it over there and then back in here like I am right now. The reason for that is I've got a JOB that me and Paul are working on, and we accidentally miscut 2 pieces of metal right here. So that made us short on our metal, so we have to go back there on Monday and finish that job. which is probably a job that I'll put on my other channel, Drew's Roofing and Home Repair. Go check me out over there if you're interested in home repair or mobile homes or roofing or whatever. That's what I do over there. So go check me out over there if you'd like to, and please hit that thumbs up button because it means so much. I'm gonna cut one more of these off. I'm probably gonna go inside and start moving some stuff around. I still have half of this this whole thing to go through, for crying out loud. Man, Grandpa's got some busyness going on. I just throw that in my motors, not something I'll take apart and take the copper out of. Straight up motor. Stuff like that goes right in my motor weight, just like that. So, yeah. So I got some separating to do here. Copper, some brass, couple goodies, but that's what I'm going to do with these buckets. This will help me so much, these new barrels, being able to separate this stuff, because like I say, I'm keeping small stuff, things that I can turn in just like they are. I'm going to go ahead and turn them in just like they are. I've never even tried to take a starter apart, but I do get 30 cents a pound. I mean alternators. I do get 30 cents a pound for my alternators. Right now I'm only getting 25 cents, sometimes 30 on my motors, clean motors, but yeah. So I'll be able to throw these things in their own barrel and I'll feel good about it. If it's dirty and I can't get, or not gonna get, which this one here, I'll take off that piece of rubber. Yeah, I can throw away that rubber now finally. Throw this into my, probably take a couple parts of it off and turn it into my dirty aluminum. And now I see this is some heavy extrusion aluminum, and I can throw that into one of my barrels because it will fit in a barrel. Boom, fit in a barrel, fill up the barrel, bring it in. Yeah, so this is going to be a lifesaver. All right guys, I'll see you in a bit. I will be back. Why some? That thing's heavy. I love you, honey. I'll be in a few minutes to take a break. Huh? I'll be in a few to take a break. Okay. The only bad thing about me putting it there, just gonna have to go back out there to go on the trailer. But like I said, I'm still cleaning up for the front. Whew. I got a cage, another hot water heater, some blocks. Found out that motor doesn't work. The thing turns. I don't know how long the bearings would last being in the shape they're in, but whew, what a fan that would really make for my shop this summer. Just don't know how loud it would be over me. I still got a few things to move out back, so yeah, let's get to work. Yes. Whew. All right, so I didn't get everything that I wanted to get done today. Whew. But the Lord blessed me in a way that I got done what I did get done. So got a lot of trash that's going in that load that I was talking about earlier. Tomorrow, a whole bunch of just trash. It's just everywhere. Plywood. I'm loading up all of this tomorrow. That will be all cleaned out. All the wood that I have over there is going to end up getting burned. Plastic, everything like that, it's getting out of here tomorrow. I'm not doing the scrap yard, but I am going to still be cleaning up here because there's a little bit more in the front left that I want to get back here tomorrow. So I'm not cranking up the tractor today. It's 3 o'clock. I've got quite a bit done. Yeah, hopefully you watched me tear down these, I don't know, 15 motors, whatever it is, 12 motors, 1, 2, 3, 15 maybe, 15, 16 motors in there that I tore apart hopefully on the earlier part of this video. If not, one of my recent ones. Not sure where this is going to go. But yeah, this is all garbage. It's got to go. I got trash once I get this trash cleaned up tomorrow. I hate Silver didn't get to take his TVs, but gonna try to figure out something with them out back. Let Paul help me do that. Get rid of that piece of plywood that's on top of that tomorrow. Get my wood inside. That's for some of the framing that I have plans for on the inside, shelving. So I need to get it out of the weather. Got 2 big ass motors on the bottom of there, 3-phase. Shred from just my motors that I tore apart today in my pile that you watched me do. I'm closing up. I'm gonna put my tools away right here. Just got a few out. Get my tools put away. Move a few things around. Till next time. What's next? What's next? What is next? Scrap with Grandpa. I get stoned in the morning. I get drunk in the afternoon.
Hey, can I break them?
Break them?
Yeah, we don't need
They're
to break them.
stones.
I don't to get no more.
They're stones, man.
But they break.
I'm breaking no stones.
I'm going to do my wall tomorrow.
Wall tomorrow. Oh, along with getting all this trash out of here, honey.
Yeah.
Got trash everywhere. It's gotta go. It's got to go. I got the front so close. Now they don't have my trailers. They can't hide anything, you know.
Yeah.
If we can get that trash cleaned up in the wheelbarrow and stuff over there, it will be.
Want to drive around?
We'll be in business. Oh, you're so good at it.
Okay.
You're so good at it.
Shit!
Oh, what?
The fairies came again.
Fairies?
God
Oh
damn.
my God! More flowers. What the hell?
I can't help it.
Who in the world? Daggone plant fairy. She said I can have a scrap god. She can have a plant fairy.
You can have a scrap what?
Scrap god.
You have a scrap god?
Yeah, a bunch of them. They drop off stuff in my driveway. My scrap
Is
gods.
that what you call? Is that what you call Jericho and Craig? Scrap god.
Bring it to me. Scrap gods.
Well, no, the yellow ones are going to go. We're going to continue the wildflower thing around the side. I got to see which ones are yellow. I mean, full sun. I want to plant right there. And that's it. I'm not planting all in front. I'm covering up that garden I haven't done in years back there.
Cool.
That should be it. That's what I said the last time, but that should be it.
All right, I'm the gatekeeper.
Okay, gatekeeper.
I'm the gatekeeper, baby. The gatekeeper.
Hey!
What? What? Oh, you're kidding me.
I was wondering why it was raining so hard.
Okay.
Where's
Yeah.
the thing?
I put fix a flat in the front, and they're not so bad now. I'm gonna put some more in them just because they're lawnmower tires. Yeah, give me a minute.
You know I
We'll
love
fix that. We'll fix that.
I know I love that mold.
We'll fix it.
No,
Yeah.
I love that.
I know you do.
I think I gotta get my chainsaw and cut this bush. And I'm gonna dig this out again.
Yeah.
And when I dig it out, I put it back there.
Pretty flowers. Every morning, though, new flowers. Every morning it makes new flowers. Beautifulness. Just like that. One way to skin a cat. If I didn't mess up the threads, I'll be good to take that apart. If I did, still wouldn't matter. It will come apart. Trust me, it's so easy. Way easier than you would ever guess that it would be. Them things are always a pain in the butt to try to get out of, especially if you have a fan in your way or This fan is actually froze up. It won't even turn to get that thing out of my way. First thing I would want to do rid of that shred. Now I can possibly get to where I can hold on to these things while I turn them out. Don't let anything beat you up, that's for sure. One of the way to skin a cat. Look at there. I'm gonna skin that cat good. Some of them can be a real bear to get in there and get a hold of. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, look at that. Backside, a little bit of cleaning up, some cleaner cast. Push that back out. I don't know what you guys do with these things. I personally don't do anything with them. I throw them in my shred pile. Now I have my motor again. This thing is burned up. This motor burnt. Had a fire inside of it. I can see it. This thing was on fire, literally, before she blew. Cut that. I got my stator. All fans are different. Another one of these that have that daggum bolt on it. Can be aggravating. Get rid of it. I want this thing to come out of that housing right there, one way or the other. Can't go the other way. The housing is hanging on. I already got it loosened up, so it shouldn't be hanging on that hard. Oh, look at that, she's full of water. Full of water. Got a nut on there that's not wanting to come out. That's all that's holding me up right now. One nut. Let's see what I can do about it. two of them. Tell me that. Oh yeah. One more. One more. It's right there. Get some pliers on it. Didn't realize that was there. Get my pliers on that thing. One way or the other. That'll make some difference. Had a couple of them things in there that I didn't know were there. But it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Good pair of cutters will take care of that. Good pair of cutters will take care of that. Shred. Into the shred pile. Now all we have to deal with is getting this out of there. I don't know what's holding it in there at this point. Besides pressure. And I don't even know how I can do that as loose as we got it. More shred. Just gives you an idea of how easy you can tear down these things. Doesn't take long either, a few minutes. Next thing you know, you end up with a whole bucket of motors. Whole bucket. I kind of put off making this video until I got enough of these things to actually make a video out of, so hence the video today. Me getting my motors cleaned up. Been watching Big Country. He's got a whole daggone stack of them. Stack of them, I'm telling you. And he's been tearing apart motors. He has big 55-gallon drums full of motors. Full of them. I'm talking about drums. Last year, at the end of the year, he saved radiator copper or air conditioning copper. At the end of the year, he was able to turn in $4,000 one trip to the scrap yard. That's Big Country. Blessed. Big Country, you are blessed, my friend, with all that stuff you turned in last year. Looks like he's on the road to having even a better year this year, so keep up the good work, Big Country Scrapper. Don't you think I've been not watching you tear down all them motors, because I knew I had a bunch to do. It's always nice to watch an expert at work. I'm gonna say he's pretty good at it. Pretty good at it. That motor. All right. That motor's shaking too. It must be from being in my pile over there, it got wet. These motors have water in them. Oh, yeah. Full of water. Water everywhere. If you were ever intimidated by a motor, you don't have any reason to be anymore, because you can literally see how easy they are to take apart. And there's plenty of videos out there right now already on how to get the copper out of it. Big country has a few. Right now he's getting ready to literally make a whole documentary, for crying out loud, on removing the copper from these motors, because he's got like a couple hundred of them. He did like 90 of them in one day. Like I say, if I can't get that off, which is gonna be a pain, I don't even care. Bust that end out right there. Bust that end out right there. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of that right into my shred pile. And there you go. Got your motor. Put that in your clean up later pile. Put that in your motor pile. I don't have as many motors as big country have been taken apart, but I do have my fair share to take apart, so scrapping with Grandpa is blessed. Let's take 5.